Right, today I'm going to give you a walkthrough of my at-home studio. You might hear some parakeets in the background. Those don't interfere with the noise with those sensitive mics over there because I just put a cover on their cage and they shut up. I also just shut the door too. First, we got a little drum stool here. I plan on putting those hand pad drums to get some beats going. I don't have any drum sets as of yet, besides for a pretty nice collection of bongos. And god damn, those things are loud. Alright, so far in the guitar, I just want to mention one guitar. I'm going to go through all the things in here real quick, and then I'm going to explain them all in depth. That's the Vintage Guild. It's worth like $5,000 or $6,000. My dad got it in the 60s. And perfect condition, except one of the notches is gone. So on this stand here we have the acoustics. Unfortunately, even though these two are Martins, they're mini acoustics, so they don't give off the sound of a big acoustic, but this comes pretty close. Martins give off a pretty nice sound. So I do plan on buying a acoustic Martin. And that's the rack. You can get a guitar rack for like $40 right here. This guitar stand you'll find anywhere. This rotating one is $27 on eBay. Next we'll come to the ukuleles, and a real interesting instrument you might not have heard of. That's a real crappy ukulele right there. That's the Mahalo. The only reason I have it is because nobody will take a trade-in for it. And our next guy is going to be the Guitar Lele. As you can see, it has 6 strings, but it's toned down to these chords. It's toned an octave down from a guitar, so it's like a high-pitched guitar. It's pretty cool. And you can use the last 4 strings as a ukulele, I believe. I'm not too familiar with it. I basically set up studio equipment. I don't know a lot about the instruments, but I do know a lot about the electronics and recording and all that. So I just invest in the instruments to make the studio look more legit and all that, and give them what they need to get it done. This is another ukulele. This guy's a Mitchell. I'll show you my favorite ukulele. The Epiphone Les Paul there. That one I keep in my room. Next, we'll go on to the keyboard. I usually just put sound effects on this to get something going. Most of my clients here are, white suburban freestyle rappers that are never going to make it. And the only reason I offer this service to them for free is because if they are going to make it, they have a flash drive and a YouTube video in order to basically show everybody what they got. And it shows they either have to give up on the dream or move on, or they got something. So, here comes the pride and joy of my studio here. This is the G-Track Samson. It's got the sensitivity, volume, all that. It hooks right up to the computer, which is great because this is actually a laptop under here. Hooks right up to the laptop, records the sound right on there. And there's you can record instruments crystal clear with this. This is a 24-bit. This is a 16-bit. This one is just something I got before this that I'm not going to sell. It's just something I'm not going to use either. These things are lifesavers. They're called goosenecks, right? You can adjust this mic anywhere you want, and then you put it directly in front of the mic screen like that. And those goosenecks allow that flexibility, so you don't have to tangle with all these little things and then tighten them, because the gooseneck is tight enough to hold it but not move. Inside these, there is a jack in the G-Track for headphones. Also, these headphones can be plugged into an amplifier. These are the Sony MDRX, I believe, or MDR V500. I got them like years ago, but they're great. This thing screws off and turns into a normal headphone jack, or you can use these to plug into your amplifier, or a bigger amplifier over there. Or you can plug them into this microphone and have a delay while you're talking into it, so you can see how clearly you sound, which is why I hang the case up to it here. The next question you might ask is, why do I have so many $200 voice recorders? The voice recorders, if you have a splitter for the headphones, that means a 1/4 jack and then two 1/4 jacks come out of it. You get a cable that is an AWX and plug it into here, and then you plug this into a speaker or a stereo, sometimes with effects, and then you'll hear the music and it will record the music. You can scream into this amp while somebody's playing the guitar, but since it's only recording from a wired outlet, all you are getting is the guitar. So any instrument that requires an amplifier, you can get the exact tone of that instrument without anything in the background by using one of these. I'd also recommend going on eBay, looking up for mic covers until you find these. These things actually don't give any distortion in the sound at all, and they look pretty cool. This is a cheaper model. I carry this around with me just in case I need, just in case I go over a friend's house and he wants to lay like a normal track down on a cheap voice recorder, and I do the USB thing and all that. This guy here is basically the same thing as that model, except it has a USB thing that comes out, and it has the software that you can install to use it as a studio. This is worth $20. I charged like $35 for it. I tell all the freestyle rappers that you need a voice recorder. Notepads are in the past. So you get one of these and they're good to go. So why do I have so many guitars? It's because I have one client. I call them clients even though I do this for free for them, who is amazing at the guitar. You can see on my other YouTube videos, and that's why I have so many guitars. The next things are going to be little knickknacks and gadgets. This big wooden block fits into an acoustic hole, and it turns the acoustic into something that has a jack that can plug into an amp, or you can plug this thing with putty onto where it vibrates on the acoustic guitar. This round piece that I put the putty on the wood just to keep them together, and then hook the amp up into that. Now the quality is not going to be good with that, but you know, it's better than nothing. Let's see what else I got. The other things I wanted to show you was we got another one of these wind muffs here. This is for the Zoom H2N. This is basically, it lets you edit the music to a reasonable extent, divide, split, whatever. It lets you, it's 24-bit, which is great, and it's on the go. It takes batteries, and it has an SD card. You just take the SD card out, put it in your, computer, and you put it on your file formats. This is a a set, basically all the settings on an amplifier but no speaker. And what you do is you plug in one side and put it on the outside, and this will actually turn your speaker or stereo into an amplifier that you can adjust the settings on, because it amplifies the sound and you can set the settings. And I don't know how it amplifies the sound. There are two other things you can do to amplify the sound and turn things into a stereo. That would be a pedal. That would be in the next thing I'm going to get into. And this H2 is basically a portable one of these, except this you can really fine tune. This one you kind of have to put up with everything in the background if you're going like someplace to record it and it's loud. Let's see, do I have that jack? If you have this cable here, it'll save your life, okay? You plug this thing into the splitter thing where you plug a 1/4 and then it turns into 2 1/4. You plug that 1/4 into here, and then you plug the AUX output into the voice recorder, and it records flawlessly right from the get-go. I also have headphones here in case I need them, and some other stuff. But next, another thing that'll turn your stereo into an amplifier would be the pedal. Okay, what a pedal does is it lets it so that if you're playing music, right, and you decide I want to go from a clear country sound to a real raunchy sound, you press this button and it activates the raunchy sound. You press it again and it deactivates the raunchy, and you're back to the western sort of sound. These things are great. And they're not that expensive either, like $40 each. They run on 9-volt batteries. You can get adapters for them and stuff like that. Now this would be my entourage of cables here. This here, let's see where they are. Gotta find my splitters. Yeah, the splitters must be in a different compartment, in a different bag, but you can find the splitters pretty cheap. Just make sure you get one that's at least a little bit expensive so you're not getting ripped off. I also have dynamic mics. Where are they? You can get them real cheap on eBay. Oh, and here's an unboxed voice recorder. Let's see. Where would I put those things? I don't know. Well, those are just cheap microphones anyway. These are the real deal for studio. Those other ones are for going on stage and stuff and just yelling your heart out. But let's see, I'll introduce you to all of the guitars. Like I said, this is the Guild, very old. This is the Ibanez, the Les Paul Jr., the Mexican, I have to disclose that for the guitar community here. I can't call it a Stratocaster unless I designate it as a Mexican or USA. It's a Mexican St. Anthony edition. It's got a nice, like, sick wood polish on it, or whatever. But I love the thing. I do. This is a guitar that was $100 that came with an amplifier. It was the first guitar I ever bought ever had this black one. No use mentioning it because it's not worth a crap at all. So we got these guys too. This is the model you see here. It's actually considered to be a smaller guitar, a more portable one. And this one is also a Martin. Both are Martins. This one is even more portable. It's like I don't know, like one of those mandolins, but skinny and long. But I love this one because you can take it anywhere. It's actually called the Backpacker too. And yeah, I'll show you. Backpacker. This guy is just to fill up the trio of acoustic guitars. This is a piece of crap acoustic that is for kids. When you put your fingers on it, one finger will push down on 2 strings. These are the cases to the guitars.